Recording in progress.
Hello, hello. How are we doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing amazing. I really appreciate you asking. How's the new year been for you so far?
It's been great. A lot of surprises, a lot of changes. The cold weather, I'm hating it. I don't know where you at. I'm in Florida and I hate it. So
Okay, well, that's cold to you. I'm up here in Indianapolis, Indiana, and right now it's like -2 degrees outside. Um, I do know that Florida got some snow, like in northern Florida somewhere. So I'm not sure where in Florida. Are you in Orlando or Tampa area or
Orlando, Orlando.
Orlando? Okay,
So Central
awesome.
Florida. But yeah, it's nothing compared to what you guys are receiving. My daughter's in Virginia. She studies on Winchester and Shenandoah, and
Oh,
she's
okay.
getting it. She shows it's her first snowstorm and everything because we're originally from Puerto Rico. So we moved here to
Yeah, okay.
Florida, and now she moved to Virginia. She's experiencing all that. I said, no, mommy, it's really cold.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Puerto Rico, that's pretty awesome. I've always wanted to visit Puerto Rico. I actually had the opportunity to visit the Virgin Islands, so like right next to Puerto
Hmm.
Rico back in December, and it's beautiful out there. It's beautiful. The water's beautiful, and I'm sure Puerto Rico is the same way. So that's pretty cool to hear. But yeah, your New Year's been off to a good start so far. Has it been super busy or more just relaxed?
Super busy because we're restructuring, we're integrating AI to our roles,
Okay.
requested by our CFO, so I mean CEO. So, it's all within our task, plus integrating new systems is all in a big, big, big thing. I'm
Yeah,
waiting
got it.
for my data financial analyst. She will be joining us. I
Okay,
already sent
perfect.
her the link, so I'm just waiting for her
Yeah.
to.
And I won't go through anything until obviously she's on the call here. I also will be inviting one of my colleagues. She's a solutions engineer on our side. She has like a background in investment banking. So in terms of just like accounting, technicalities and whatnot, she will be a great person to, answer those questions too as well. But I do have some knowledge along that side too. I guess you mentioned integrating AI. So it's like, what's like your number one priority right now? If you don't mind me asking.
My number one priority is me being able to create the reports that my executive needs.
Okay.
I've been required on it's gonna be new for reporting side of financing. He's requesting on the P&L, he's requesting cash flow. I have never worked with cash flow the way that a financial CFO controllers does. So that's
Yeah.
why I need also that help. And I know that takes time with our
Got
formula
it.
variances and all that. So
Yeah.
me being able to provide those reports that our executive need, because we do take decisions on a weekly basis,
Weekly.
but
Okay.
we're shifting more to a monthly reporting
Got it.
type of, because it gives them more the idea, the tendency, because the week by week is too, how I say, besides that it's a lot of work, we're not able to analyze the whole month in itself. Instead of a week by week, just the full month, how does it looks, how everything compared to one week to another and all that. So me me being able to have that information available to them whenever they need it is a
Right.
must. And I know with
Yeah.
these tools, we're just click, 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 and that's it. But it's important that I didn't. I don't remember because I was doing research for through different. Uh, just 1 second, she's asking. Okay,
Yeah.
so um, we have to integrate our CRM, QuickBooks, and CRM QuickBooks, and we have another app or platform that we use for to pay our salespeople commissions. So we have to be able to integrate that for the system to provide us the correct forecasting, budgeting, data, and all that.
Right. And what's that system called, like the CRM for like the sales commissions that you currently use?
Both both CRMs are custom made for us. One is
Custom made.
Sunbase.
Okay.
Is Sunbase, that's the CRM with all the clients and the
Got it.
stages and operation wise. And Sunbright Commissions platform, that's another, it was custom made. And that's where we enter all the commissions that all related to commissions. That's our commission software. And it's integrated with our payroll system. That's every, but we don't need to integrate every. As long as I can integrate CRM, the commission system with QuickBooks, I'm doing great.
Got it. So right now there's like a direct integration from those two different custom built CRMs into QuickBooks that's feeding the data in there, correct? Is that my
I'm sorry?
understanding? So
What?
are both custom CRMs like integrated flowing data directly into QuickBooks, or are you still having to manually insert the data into QuickBooks?
I'm still doing it manually. So
Got it.
I manage the accounting and financial part, and my colleague, she manages the data financial analysis. So she
Got it.
does all the ROI, she does the projections and profitability, depending on the project, whichever we're analyzing. So for us, really important that we can minimize that manual labor and we integrate AI.
Okay. All right. Perfect. And so, sort of just to back it up really quick, I'll just go ahead and introduce myself. My name is Jacob. I work on the product side here at LiveFlow, and I do have alongside of me my colleague Maya. I briefly mentioned Maya earlier, but Maya, if you want to introduce yourself, that'll be amazing.
Sure, it's really great to meet. Yes, I'm a solutions engineer here at LiveFlow. In a previous life, I was an investment banker, so I care a lot about automated reporting because I've had to update so many models in my career. But I do that, and then I'm also a part of our forward deployment team with our design partners. So happy to
Right.
answer any questions you have. We can talk about those KPIs, if we get to that point, any questions you have about product functionality.
Yeah. And so when it comes to that, I know you mentioned that you all are looking into AI. What specifically caught your attention about LiveFlow, and like what do you specifically want to be able to solve for at the end of the day using LiveFlow potentially?
So honestly, I came to you through I saw several advertisements through Facebook
Through
and
Facebook? Okay.
but I came to you because I was searching to data rails. Data rails is was already bombarding my feed,
Got
and I
it.
just click, and then I did a search in Google, and it brought me live. I mean, brought me others, but the other was did not integrate any platforms. It was just QuickBooks, and I don't need nothing just for QuickBooks because QuickBooks has its own AI. I can tell QuickBooks, okay, just give me this report, analyze this, and it will do it. I need a system that can integrate everything. QuickBooks with a CRM, with the both CRMs, and is capable of taking all that information and providing us the reports. So I think if I'm not mistaken, when I looked into Live, you guys integrate different platforms, correct?
Great question. So to sort of give you some context here, so LiveFlow, we're an FP&A tool built directly on top of QuickBooks. So what we allow you to do is pull data from QuickBooks into your Google Sheet to be able to
Mhm.
automatically update financial models. So one of the
Okay.
biggest, I would say, areas that we help with is businesses that are multi-entity that need help with consolidation. Let's say you have 5 or 10, 15, 20 different entities, being able to consolidate into like a single P&L, balance sheet, cash flow. That's one of our, I'll say, leading products here at LiveFlow. But for the most part, we connect directly to QuickBooks Online and then allow you to pull data into Excel, Google Sheets, create financial models. Those financial models are now going to be live moving forward. So going back to what you mentioned earlier, where you all are currently providing reports weekly, but it can be cumbersome and very manual and time consuming. You'll actually be able to still provide those reports weekly, but have LiveFlow automate those for you in your Google Sheet or Excel. So to that point, LiveFlow, we don't integrate with any of the platforms other than QuickBooks Online. But to give
Mhm.
you a tidbit, we are developing our own ERP system from the ground up. That's going to be an alternative to QBO. And we plan to integrate with different systems out there for that. So curious to hear exactly, just based off the LiveFlow FP&A portion, since we only integrate with QuickBooks, like is that a deciding factor for you if you can only integrate with QuickBooks and export to Excel and have the auto update for you?
Okay, I'm willing to look into it just in case we need to start basic and then go up. Um, yeah, I'm willing to look into what you got to offer. Nothing is still set on stones.
Yeah. And so you
Yeah.
mentioned, yeah, go ahead, Maya.
I think what would be super helpful is understanding when you're doing reporting and and you're looking at commissions coming from Sunbright, how is that being married to your QuickBooks financials? Like what's the end report you're looking to build?
When we
And
were
if you
when we pay commissions, Catalina and and Brigitte, both they work with the Sunbright commission systems. They enter all the information to the commission system. They prepare everything to get paid. Once everything's to get paid, they issue the payment action from the Sunbright Commission, and it feeds to every. And
Mhm.
every there's when we submit the payment, the actual payment process. Once that is done, then how I get to it, because all the transaction goes into QuickBooks and I have to
Mhm.
manually, Catalina, she's the one in charge of manually matching each transaction with the payments that went out with that transaction. So that process is manual. Every little piece is manual. Then when it gets to QuickBooks, she goes ahead and posts the transaction. She matches everything. She posts, and then the regular process, I just do my reconciliations and then I run my P&Ls.
Outside of the P&Ls, are there any other reports that you're also providing on a week over week basis? I know you mentioned you're going to go to a monthly cadence, but outside the P&L, is there any other reports that would be helpful to auto update, if anything?
Yes, we'll start doing the cash flow. I have a custom made cash flow type of report that summarizes the cash, the most important point of the P&L, but Catalina manages ROI reports on a weekly basis. She's the one that makes sure, okay, this is what we have sold to the moment, this is what's active, this is what's
Right.
profitable, and all that. So that is also manually, and that's managed by Catalina.
Okay. Okay. Understood. And in terms of like the company setup, are you all a single entity or do you all have multiple QuickBooks instances as of today that you're operating out of?
Okay, I manage different entities. She's still not involved. She's only involved with the solar portion.
Okay.
But I manage solar, I manage roofing, I manage HVAC, I manage and no, the other two I don't have QuickBooks, but we're gonna start. I manage other companies outside QuickBooks that they're
Got it.
really simple. It's just one transaction only. I just transfer and they pay, transfer and they pay. So that's
Got it.
it. But
I
yes, we
see.
do have three different QuickBooks right now.
Three different. Okay. Is there a need for consolidation? Do you also have to consolidate all different QuickBooks instances, or you just simply keep them separate and only look at them separately?
We treat them separately. It's one
Got it.
owner, but we treat them separately. We don't
Got it.
consolidate. We're
Got it.
still
So,
not at that point, and we're still not at needed because HVAC is barely starting. We have not even
got
had
it.
one sale. Roofing is already ongoing, but since the three entities are managed differently and the focus is differently, we kept them all separate.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Understood. That's very helpful context. And then in terms of QuickBooks overall, what is yours and Catalina's overall sentiment with QuickBooks? Do you all like it? Is there anything that you wish QuickBooks could do better for you in terms of your modernizing your accounting stack? Definitely curious there too. Like your thoughts about QuickBooks.
From my end, I know QuickBooks since 2000.
Got it.
My first job with CPA with the QuickBooks desktop. Not even, they
Yeah.
didn't even have the capacity to send emails from the QuickBooks
Hmm.
desktop. It was just go ahead and post a transaction, reconciliation, post transaction. That was it. So I always loved it. I tried Peachtree. I tried in the time Peachtree, Lotus, and other,
Yeah.
but no, I stay with QuickBooks. I don't know Catalina's experience with the system, but go ahead, Cata.
No, I think this is the first system I've been working on with the US. But I do think it's really complete. So I think I keep going, I keep working with QuickBooks.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the overall sentiment with QuickBooks is pretty positive. Um, it sounds like on your side.
Mhm.
And
The
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. No, the only issues when there's system issues like duplication of transactions that it happened to us, duplicity
We've
of
heard about that a lot.
transactions when the system is just, but that's technicality. That's one
Right.
fix and that's it. But the best thing will be if it can post the transaction by itself, but there's too much variances for the system just to give it that rule. Because a same transaction with the same vendor can be for two different purposes. So automating using the automated rule feature is not it doesn't work for us.
It doesn't
How
work
do
for
you
you.
guys use, is it usually by the description on the line item that tells you how to book it?
No, when since I since I've been already almost a year with the company, I know the behavior of each person
Hmm.
hitting a transaction hitting our accounts. So I know what is related to because I don't go by the description, I go with the purpose of the purchase. And that's provided from my peers or my CEO.
I see, and that's given to you just like outside of QuickBooks or like am I
That conversation happens organically. Since I know what's going around, that's okay. They went to Walmart, but the purchase was not for food, was for an item for marketing, for an event, but that's where I house it. So it depends on the purpose of the purchase.
And then do you also use a tag or do you also apply like a class or location for that specific transaction too as well? So to be able to use later on for reporting purposes, if you want to be able to like isolate exactly, how much are we spending on this vendor or on this salesperson or anything else?
No, we're not. We have spoken about the tag, I think recently last week. We mentioned it for a process that we're trying to implement. But no, we don't use tags. We don't use nothing special because um it's more or less really standard. Because for
Mm.
example, for solar, we're a marketing and sales company. We don't sell product. So it's just, and we depending on the sale, the deal that close, we have to pay for an air conditioner that we install. We do that, but other than that, it's pretty standard. The expenses, how everything flows.
Right. Okay. And so I know you mentioned that you're looking for a system that's going to be able to take both your custom CRMs and then also QuickBooks and like have it all into one. Out of curiosity, like would you be open to sharing a report or maybe a dashboard that you're currently maintaining today in terms of just so Maya and I can get our eyes on it and see exactly if LiveFlow can help in any capacity today?
Let me see. Mhm.
And while you're bringing that up here, I know data rails popped up and took you somewhere to LiveFlow. Have you looked at data rails yet, or is that still like on your list?
No, they were the first one because they do integrate up to three systems and they do what we already were walked through. It provides with what we need. It's still a high
Right.
ticket. but it's still we can still make it because it's more or less what we pay for softwares around here. But let me see. Executive 2025, 2026. Okay.
And so they will be able to integrate with your two custom CRMs, correct?
Yes.
Okay. If you don't mind me asking, do you know what they overall quoted you? Did they get to that part yet?
Oh, they mentioned 17,000 for the basic and the other one's over 30,000
Okay.
yearly.
And yeah, yearly. And did they mention the migration process or like the implementation process and how long that would take on their side?
No, we didn't get into it. They did the walkthrough. They did t tell us about the pricing, but we haven't got into any details because I want to still research.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah,
And
understood that.
and I'm really open to options because I might think that Data Rails is the best because it has everything, but it might be that your system is best aligned of what we need. One thing is
Hmm.
what we want, one thing another thing is what we need and what will work.
Right. Absolutely. And I think Jacob and I are pretty aligned in that way too. That our company is always just looking for good partnerships.
Okay,
People that,
so
yeah,
I'm sorry. I can
that's
share
great.
just the different reports we go on going over fast. Just one
Hmm.
second. So this is a model of what we do. Let me know when, okay. So this is more the summary I present
Hmm.
first. That is, this is the bank balance, the P&L information, and this is from the information system. Here I provide a comparison the week over week with a simple analysis.
So,
This comes from Ops, the Sunbase CRM. What's pending payment? This one comes from different system. This is QuickBooks, this P&L, this is from the Sunbright operation system, and this
Hmm.
is from the commission system. She builds all her information, the formulas and everything. She did create that from scratch.
oh,
And this
sorry.
is
Could I ask do you mind going back there? So, are you saying the top line, the rows 3 through 5, are coming from QuickBooks? Am I understanding that correctly?
no, Kata, she knows better.
Yes, it
Okay.
um yes, those per lines, total expenses comes directly from QuickBooks.
Got it. And are they pieces of the P&L? So it'll be like one chart of account is related to just Sunbright, another's Oklahoma. Or are they
Um,
different? Yeah.
Are different line
okay, no,
items.
but we don't do that anymore. We actually now we just have one line for total expenses.
Mm,
And it does came from a charge of accounting in QuickBooks. It's like the total expenses,
great.
the total transactions, and then I just organize them by month.
So to your
Got
question,
it.
Maya, this is a line item. We identified the
Okay.
different areas of the marketing outbound. One is dedicated for Sunrise. The other two that she mentioned that we no longer capture information is Oklahoma and
Hmm.
Equity. We no longer have this program running, but we used to. That's
Mm,
why the line items here, see, there's
I
information
see.
there, but we stopped it. There was a campaign. There was two campaigns that we rolled out, but
Hmm.
this is our main one for this type of exercise, and it's coming, like she said, from the P&L and the expenses, because I have a line item identified as OBM, so she already knows where to capture that, get that information.
Got it.
Mhm. So in the AR that comes from the P&L information, so that is those are the reports that we have right now, but starting in February, we have to provide the P&L, the balance sheet that is already provided by
Mhm.
QuickBooks, and the cash flow that I have never prepared before.
I see.
And
Okay.
are you manually plugging in the numbers from the CRM, like based off the spreadsheet you just shared with me? Like, are those numbers being manually plugged in, or is there another tab where you feed the data in and then you use a formula to put it into the ROI summary and whatnot?
In my
Yes,
case, it's manually. Catalina's is with formulas. Go ahead, Cata.
we have an automation that using the API in the CRM, we bring data to an spreadsheet, like I don't know, a whole report. That's
Got it. Yeah.
automatically.
Oh, that's great. So
And then,
that
yeah,
sounds like
both,
it's at least partially automated.
yeah, both our CRM and the software we use for commissions both have APIs. So we pull information from that to a spreadsheet, and then I organize by formulas, like the information per month, per blah blah.
And how often is that information getting fed into your Google Sheet, like via the API? Is it like set up automatically to do it like every 24 hours or once a week, or do you have to manually click a button to get that automatically in there?
No, it's a code using AppScript, and the
Okay.
information is like updated every day.
Okay. Okay. Bill, yeah, greatly appreciate you sharing that with us. Maya, do you have any questions on your side?
No, but maybe I can kind of paint the picture of what to expect from our FP&A platform. So while Jacob's just pulling up his screen here, it's great that you guys have the API connection for um, the homegrown CRM data, just given that we don't integrate with those directly. But what we can do is marry what you're doing with that work in Google Sheets, but bring in QBO in an automated way so that those two can be flowing together. And so I think that would be the best way that we can support you with core product. But from our accounting workflow perspective, that would be a different conversation. Um,
Yeah.
so hopefully that
Yeah.
helps a little.
Yeah, got it. And then also really quick, do you all have like a specific goal in mind to like get something up and running? I know you've already evaluated LiveFlow, but what is you all sort of deadline to make a decision on the platform and get at least some AI into your existing workflows?
So my expectation is to have something to present to my boss by the end of this week.
Okay.
So we can move as soon as we can now in February with something.
Okay, with something. Okay, okay, understood. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. We'll jump directly over into the platform. Like I mentioned earlier, we're going to walk through the FP&A platform. But what I would definitely love to do is I'll also love to set up another maybe conversation within the next day or two. If you are open to walk through our accounting platform that we're currently building, and like an alternative to QBO that would also have some AI into it. But just want to give you a heads up about that, and I'll just actually go ahead and share my screen here. And then do you see my screen on my side?
Is loading.
Mm.
There we go.
Okay,
Okay.
perfect. Perfect. So to give you like a high level overview about LiveFlow, what we do, like Maya mentioned, we bridge the gap between QuickBooks Online and your spreadsheet, so Excel or Google Sheets. So you're still going to be able to pull all the canned reports directly from QBO. This could be a P&L. This could be a transaction detail. It could be a balance sheet, a cash flow. The core thing about this is that once we pull it one time, it's now going to be a live report in your Google Sheet moving forward. So let's say you, Catalina, you updated something in QuickBooks. Without you having to download and export or copy and paste manually, you can just easily refresh LiveFlow within Google Sheets, and it will automatically bring over your latest QuickBooks data that we're going to mesh with your other operational data coming from your CRM. So what a lot of individuals will do is they'll create like a high level dashboard, much like you all showed me, where I want to compare this week versus this week. And they now actually create that as a live financial model which you can use that financial model across different entities or different locations, classes, whatever other dimensions that you're using inside QuickBooks Online. So the platform is going to be built for a lot of flexibility, a lot of scalability, and a lot of customization on top of that. Any questions here regarding the concept behind LiveFlow and how that works? Sync into QuickBooks to your Google Sheet, refreshing the data, creating live financial models.
I'm good.
No questions? Okay. So where LiveFlow will be sitting will be inside your Google Sheet as an extension. So much like you, Catalina, when you go to App Scripts, once we install LiveFlow, we'll now be able to create a report or pull a report depending on exactly which company that we want to do that for. So in this case, from the dropdown, I'm going to see all my 3 entities that I have connected to the system. You mentioned that you have 3 QuickBooks instances, correct? At this time,
Yes.
is there an additional 2 coming, or
The
am I
other two, I'm still verifying with my CEO to see if he's gonna open the QuickBooks account because it's really there's no much
got it?
movement on that end, so we're still defining how it's gonna look.
Okay, understood. So you can just choose whatever entity that you want to quickly just grab data for, and then we can now choose whatever report that we want to pull directly from QuickBooks to as well. So what we can do is, I know you're looking at, you're comparing this week versus last week. So what we can easily do is we can choose a P&L report, and then we can run a date range such as the trailing 2 weeks, where at any given point, this report will always be looking at the last 2 weeks of where we're currently at sitting in time here today. So I can adjust this however I want to. I can also choose a dynamic date range. So if you want to look at, let's say, this year to date or this year to last month, as time goes on, without you having to do anything, we will simply just automatically refresh your data coming from QuickBooks Online. In this case, I can do the trailing 2 weeks. I can also get down into filters. So do you all use any dimensions inside QuickBooks, such as classes or locations? Or you mentioned that you sort of stay away from that as of right now?
As of right now, for our for what we want to start to use any of the system, it will be Sunbright, and we use the customers, no location, no class.
Customer, but no location, no class. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
At any given point, if you want to, you can isolate a specific customer, or if you really want to, you can also display the columns by customer too as well. Pretty much up to your reporting parameters. Ideally, though, once we get this set up, we can just now go ahead and generate this report, and then now you'll see that we pulled over this P&L, looking at the last 2 weeks of data, or the trailing 2 weeks of data. In this case, I have this broken down by month, but I'm going to
So if we
quickly switch
change it
this to week. To week. And then now you'll see that we're looking at the trailing 2 weeks of that data being pulled directly from QuickBooks. So since this is a live report connected to QuickBooks, you'll see that when we flip over to next week, you're going to see column C automatically disappear. You'll see column D get shifted over to column C, and then we're now going to add the week that we're currently sitting in. So that's exactly how it's going to work. So this is just basic functionality in terms of how to pull a report. You can pull a report looking at whatever entity at any given point into the same Google workbook, or you can pull different reports depending on exactly which data that you want to bring into the Google Sheet itself.
Okay.
I'll pause here for just a second to see if you all have any questions around.
Not me. Tata?
Okay.
I'm good, thanks.
So another great thing about now having this in the Google Sheet is, I think when you shared your screen, you added like a custom column where you're doing a variance. If you want to inside this report too as well, you can easily add your own custom formula. Let's say between column C and D, I want to add a column. And let's say I want to do percent of variance. What you can easily do is just a quick formula, and you can obviously do this in whatever spot that you choose to. And the great thing about LiveFlow is that even when this data gets updated from QuickBooks, so let's imagine here that we refresh the report, new data is coming in. In this case, I'll just go ahead and remove my data. You'll see, though, that I can easily just now refresh my report, and then you'll see your latest data automatically populate directly in, but anything that we added on top of the report is going to stay there upon refresh. So what we typically see with a lot of other platforms out there is when you try to insert your own custom formula column or row, when you refresh the report, it automatically just breaks it and removes all of your customizations there.
Okay, so it overrides
Yeah, so
the other
most
system.
platforms will override it. Yeah, yeah. Other systems will override. LiveFlow, we're going to keep it there intact for you. So you can easily just set it up one time, not have to worry about redoing it as new data flows in.
Okay.
Oh, Jacob, I think what would be really cool is could we pull another P&L and do maybe like trailing 6 weeks or maybe just a larger date range?
Yep.
It could be trailing months, all
We
this.
can do
Yeah, that's great
yeah, we
too.
can do trailing. We can do trailing 12 weeks
Amazing.
and bi week.
And if there's any specific view you guys are interested in seeing, we can go over that as well. I
Yeah.
think it would be great to maybe just add a row between 15 and 16 here that says new customer signed. And then if we just populate, maybe we say, yeah, 50 new customers, which is probably a lot. Maybe we could do 2 or 3 or something like this.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So we can
that's
just
fine.
populate some over.
Yeah, great. The point I'm trying to demonstrate here is when you need to fill in the Sunbright data, whether it's those commission structures or those news contracts signed that you're comparing either to, I saw like the total expense line. So I'm assuming that's like a customer acquisition cost analysis. You can do that with LiveFlow. We'll bring in all of your QuickBooks data, and then it can be married with the Sunbright data in Google Sheets.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So like what most individuals will do is they will have, and probably what you're doing today here, Catalina, is you'll have another tab that's pulling in your CRM data automatically. And as long as the formula is tied directly inside this report here, now we're just going to be able to automate the QBO data. Your other data from the CRM is also being automated too as well. So whenever you do open up the report next time, since that's refreshing every 24 hours, you can have LiveFlow also refreshing every 24 hours or once a day. Or you can do it whenever you open up the spreadsheet, or you can also do it every single hour, pretty much up to you. But at any given point, you can always trigger a manual refresh. Let's say you make an adjustment in QuickBooks, you want to see it reflect immediately. Just go ahead and refresh that button, and then you'll be able to just look at it right there in real time. So I'll pause it for a second. Which questions? Does this resonate at all with you all so far, or am I anything else I'm missing here that you would possibly want to do with the P&L itself?
Yeah, we see a possibility with this product. Question. You mentioned this is live. I can go ahead and refresh. It will refresh. It will not override whatever I put in between lines or columns. Can I just, if I want to keep this report and share it, can I do that? And whatever I share
Absolutely.
does not update with whatever I update here?
I don't think
Yes.
so.
Yeah. Go ahead, Maya.
So there depends on the approach you want to take. We can support it. So are you interested in not sharing live data with someone, or are you interested in maybe making the Google Sheet, setting it up correctly, and then sharing it with them so they can open whenever and see the latest and greatest numbers?
Yeah, we prefer to have it there and it can be refreshed with the data they need whenever they need it. But sometimes, for example, I have an executive that she likes to know a bit more. So she goes
Mm-hmm.
ahead and enter comments in which I answer. But if the data is refreshed, then I lose whatever because the values would change. And she wants to know exactly what that value means. So
Mm-hmm.
I need two things. I would like to have a live report in which they can refresh and they can have the informations over there. But if there's a question, it can be steady there and the person can just I can copy and paste that one and leave it as a copy and whatever comments they need to do they can do there and nothing will be refreshed. Just keep the one that we want live to stay live and I can issue other copies that won't refresh, that just stay
Yeah.
there as like the snapshot of whatever I got to the moment. I don't know if you I made myself understood.
No, I follow you completely. So
Okay.
I think let's solve both of those use cases. So for the first one, where it's live and refreshing, as Jacob described, we can have this reset to refresh every day. If you'd like
Okay.
her to have the ability to refresh, she can become a viewer in LiveFlow. It's like a different type of user seat. And so she
Yeah.
could come in and press the refresh button. She'll also have the ability to drill down, which I think she might like, Jacob, if we want to look at that. Because if she's
Yeah.
asking about, oh, what's going into this 4002 retail sales number, but, she might not be in QuickBooks every day, um, she can open up the drill down and see it. Is this
That was the other question. Because in that case, sometimes
awesome?
like she asks, okay, can you tell me what is this about? For what was this all these amounts totaling? And she can go and drill down and she can, oh, okay, this
Mhm.
was this, okay. Because that's where her questions come. What was this for? Why it was so high? Or why
Right,
didn't we pay
exactly.
much? So she can go in and see it by herself because she has access to QuickBooks, but she doesn't navigate much. That's where
Mhm.
where we come in to answer the questions. But if she can go directly, then with drilling down, that will be perfect.
Amazing. Yeah,
And
so
can
then
she,
she could
Yeah.
do this and stay in one place. She won't have to open up QuickBooks. Um, and she can explore whatever number is in blue on the P&L. That's your
okay,
indicator that it can be drilled down.
perfect.
And
Okay, now we're talking.
yeah, awesome. And for the other situation where you want to disable a spreadsheet, so in that case, I would just recommend turning off auto refresh and
Yeah.
sharing that report. And the other thing I was going to say is you were mentioning just like leaving comments and stuff. Hopefully, drilling down answers a lot of her questions so you guys don't have to go back and forth
Mhm.
as much. But she could always leave, like a comment on a cell, and you guys can share that this way so that you can be communicating live in the sheet. And we won't delete those when we press refresh.
Okay,
Yeah. Exactly.
you mentioned that in a case that I don't want people refreshing, I can give them the view role and I can leave it at disable, but will that affect my end for me to refresh?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
I would recommend having different sheets. So one that is set for auto refresh and then one that is
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just quickly make a copy of this and for the assistant or whoever else, and then share this sheet with them. But this sheet's going to be, let's say, our disabled refresh sheet, where it's most of those are going to be around the comments that you want them to leave or that she leaves within the Google Sheet. But you can always revert back to your live report on your, and that's always going to be continuously updating. So you can have two reports. You can have one that's always updating, and you can have one that's more of just like a static view where you're only going to refresh it if you really want to refresh it. But for the most part, we're going to just disable auto refresh and have two different workbooks, but the same data there.
hmm Eventually, the data will change, but the steady one will stay steady.
Yeah. So if you ever
Okay.
want to actually, that's the static one. If you actually just want to go ahead and save this and say, hey, like historical December 2025, do not refresh, do not touch. You can always go back, 2 months from now and look at exactly the numbers there. And then simply, look at this other Google sheet and see exactly where you are currently sitting at today.
Okay, so
Okay.
data is refreshed by report and not by the total spreadsheet, correct?
Correct. So it's going to be by report. So it's not going to be the entire spreadsheet. You can actually refresh an individual report. Let's say this P&L that you want to refresh, but you don't want to refresh this other P&L. We can single-handedly just choose to only refresh this one exact report that we pulled from QuickBooks.
We can manage that. Awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
perfect.
Okay.
So, um, So with that being said, like the one thing I want to call out about LiveFlow so far, and we haven't really scratched the surface on what else the platform can do. But the difference between us and data rails is that LiveFlow you can implement, and Catalina you can get going and actually start automating the process within a day. Within data rails, from our customer feedback, that they used to use data rails quite some time ago, so data rails may take you 2 to 3 months just to get implemented into that system itself. So that's the
Mhm.
biggest difference between LiveFlow and data rails, is that we're not trying to rip and replace your entire current process and make you learn something new. We're just trying to use our API and our AI to just help you, become more efficient at the end of the day.
Okay. Makes sense. It makes sense.
So, so I know you mentioned that you all are not consolidating here today. At any given point in the future, would you all be consolidating? I think it'll be very beneficial to still maybe cover that portion of LiveFlow, but just want to see if it'll be relevant to you.
No, right now, no, because like I mentioned, the three entities that I'm actively working on
Yeah,
have different models of structure. So one will be selling items, the other one is just installations, the other one is just marketing and sales. So it's different, unless my boss comes back and say, hey, I want to see all in one, but each entity he treats them by
got it.
itself.
Okay,
Okay, and it doesn't do
yeah.
any. Oh, that makes complete sense. When they ask for it, are they looking for just like side by side, like the I want to see the P&L for this company, and this company at once?
No. It
Okay, they
doesn't
come at
happen.
different types.
They're treated
Okay.
completely different.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Well, in
Got
that
it.
case, then, you can of course use single entity reporting to whatever needs you have for all of them. Let's say, you need three workbooks that are refreshing all the time. You send them the three workbooks for each company, and they can review them independently.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because there are different people involved with each company, and we don't want certain people seeing the other company's
Got it.
movement. So they're different, totally.
Complete sense.
Mhm.
Maybe let's look at workspace management just to explain
Yeah.
what that might look like.
Yeah, absolutely. So on the right hand side within your extension, you'll see different workspaces that I already have set up here. So what you can actually do is, if there's different individuals from each entity that should only have access to their entity's data only, you can create different workspaces and you can connect the entity per workspace. Or for your benefit, you all's benefit, you all can have a workspace where you have all three entities connected, just for your easeability and usability on that side. So you can keep things separate as you want to for those that should only have access to this entity. But for you all, since you all are overseeing finance and accounting, you all will be able to have access to all the entities in one single workspace.
So I can use this with all three and not, they don't have to integrate with each other. I can treat them differently then. Separately.
Correct. So yeah,
That's
you can keep
awesome.
them separately. Yeah. So in this case, what you can do is, if I head over to our web portal, we can have different workspaces. So right now we're looking at workspace LiveFlow beta, but I can also have a workspace demo workspace Jacob where I only have one entity connected. But in your LiveFlow beta or your Sunbright Solar, finance workspace, you're going to see all three entities that are connected to the system. And that's the workspace that you will be able to work out. So you can easily pull reports by entity without having to switch workspaces at all whatsoever.
Okay. Even though I have different logins.
Yeah, even if you have different logins, that does not matter at all whatsoever. The main thing is that we're going to simply connect to QuickBooks, and you can use whatever login that you need to be able to access that entity connected to LiveFlow. So I'll just show you an example here.
And while Jacob's doing that, the only thing what he's showing you is a one-time setup. So all you'll need to do is use a QuickBooks account that has admin access once. Once we've made that connection, like we're official partners with QuickBooks, we don't have to make that connection again. So then essentially it's giving everyone reporting view, regardless of the seats that they have in QuickBooks, or even if they don't have seats in QuickBooks.
Okay.
Let's see. I have
Huh.
so many QuickBooks logins. I don't even know which one's correct. But
Okay. I think we can
yeah, but
work it out.
ideally it'll probably take you less than if I'll say 30 seconds to connect your entities to LiveFlow, and then they're going to be set in stone with that solid connection moving forward.
And let me ask you, do you guys offer trials?
So we typically do not offer trials on our side. It's something that I have to actually go seek approval for. In the sense that if there's something that you're overall wanting to accomplish, I guess the biggest question is that in terms of the trial, is that just simply part of your evaluation process, or is there anything specific that we have not covered that you want to be able to accomplish that we can maybe dive into?
No, because we really want to know how. Okay, so we would like the trial version just to make sure that it flows, that it is covering what we need, that it
Got it.
flows through our workday, and it will work. That yes, we have all the features we need. This is it. We're ready to move forward. Because if it will create more work, or if it doesn't, at the end of the day, bottom line, it doesn't offer what we need, the reporting type of we need, the consolidating the amount of time that we're doing the manual work, then it's no good for us.
Hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure that we can get you in a trial. Typically, if I do get approval for a trial, it's usually like a 1 day trial, like a 24-hour trial. And simply with the trials, we'll actually do like a guided onboarding where, let's say, we'll set up another call here tomorrow for 45 minutes. Maya and I, or myself, will just actually get you onboarded to LiveFlow, connect your companies. That entire process will take less than maybe 15 minutes. And then the next 30 minutes, we can actually go through and guide you in terms of how to navigate the platform, start pulling reports, and start recreating your workflows. And then you'll be able to have the rest of the day to play around with it. So that's something that we can definitely consider. Curious to hear. I know you mentioned making a decision by the end of the week. How soon could you get on a trial, if anything?
Catalina, you're out tomorrow. Because if it's only for 24 hours, I need to Catalina has um
Yeah,
because she builds like heavy reporting and all the
got it.
integrations, the API part. But and we report on Thursday.
Pronto. So, okay. Catalina, when will you be back? You'll be back on Thursday?
Yes, on Thursday I'll be back.
Do you all have time today? We can actually get you onboarded right now. I believe we can get that done, but that's totally up to your schedule.
Right now, at least I'm almost by the end of the day, but you say it's only take 15 to 20 minutes. Catalina, do you have some time to play with it today?
Yes, I do.
What we can do is we can get you set up today, and we can then reconnect on Thursday. Since I know Catalina, you'll be out of office. I'm just trying to think through to make sure that you have just like ample time to be able to get in there and recreate or see exactly what you want to be able to see.
Okay, that works.
Um,
So,
Mm-hmm.
Jacob, maybe it makes sense just to quickly touch base with the finance team. Catalina, could we reconnect with you in like 15, 20 minutes just so I can go, or I'll just go ask really quick and make a quick affirmative if that's okay. Okay.
Yes,
if
All
no
right.
problem.
um, so So yeah, regarding that, any questions? I know we only scratched the surface of LiveFlow itself, but was curious if there's any other questions that you have so far about the platform. I think another area that we did not cover was like around budgeting and forecasting. Is that something that you are also doing today too as well?
We are moving towards that, but we haven't gotten to the budgeting and forecasting. But yes, we're being asked to start working on budgeting and forecasting, setting KPIs and goals. So eventually that's something that we will be working on.
Okay. Okay. Understood. So they sort of give you an idea on like what else is in LiveFlow. Within the Google Sheets platform, We actually already have some pre-built financial models for you to use out of the box. It's going to be as simple as just connecting your QuickBooks company and then plugging it directly into the template. So we have templates related to period over period comparison dashboards. We have templates related to forecasting, business KPI dashboards, monthly year-to-date comparative P&L and balance sheet. So these templates are uh, all at your expense to be able to use off the bat. Plug in your company, and it'll automatically update within about I would say, less than 1 minute. So if you want to use one of these templates, let's say we can take a look at this one. I'll show you exactly how this works. So the templates are here for you just to actually just like have like a foundation to begin with instead of having to
Mhm.
build something from scratch. Since you're still working inside a Google Sheet at the end of the day, you can still bring in your CRM data and have that automatically flow through and then mesh it together with your template or the dashboard, whatever you customize it to your liking. So pretty much how the templates work is for the most part, we'll always pull a live report coming directly from QuickBooks. So in this case, we're pulling a balance sheet. We're pulling a P&L, we're pulling a balance sheet, and then we're also using a data validation tab to get that overall output to be able to adjust our months. So these two reports are the core to be able to build this dashboard. We then roll this data up just simply using formulas into our overall P&L year to date and balance sheet year to date. So what I can easily do is I can easily just adjust exactly what date I want to take a look at. And then let's say compare it to a different date. You can do the same thing for the weeks too as well, if you want to set it up by week. And then as the data is flowing into the P&L and balance sheet, it'll automatically flow into our dashboard too as well. If I can find some that looks a little better. I can do the same thing for the balance sheet. Just adjust my date and we'll go from there. So these templates are all fully customizable. They're just simply here for you to use as a foundation to begin with if you really need to.
Okay, so you're saying that with those models, it will bring the template, and once I click the dates over there, it will bring what I actually have on my QuickBooks because I'm concerned over the line items, right? We
Right.
have it set
So yeah,
differently. Mm-hmm.
yeah, correct. So in this case, you'll see right now that the reports that we're taking the data from, we're using for the company or entity Acme US on both the P&L and then also the balance sheet. So if you want to actually now use this with your own QuickBooks data, we can easily go ahead and just open up LiveFlow, and you're going to be prompted with a message if you want to use this for a different entity. In this case, we're just going to swap the underlying company for Demo Real Estate. I'm going to update the reports, which is going to update or swap the reports in the background that we're using. And you're now going to see the chart of accounts automatically update to show Demo Real Estate's chart of accounts. So just give it about a
Okay.
few seconds here. And you'll see now residential property sale, commercial property sale. And then now we're taking from Demo Real Estate's data, not Acme US's data anymore, because we simply just replace these two reports with the different company.
Okay. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Catalina, you're smiling. Do you like that? So, is that helpful for you or anything?
No, no, it's a cool tool. I like it.
Yeah.
At least for me, since I am the one that manages the P&L, the balance sheet, and this reporting directly from QuickBooks and Analyze, for me is super. This is what I need. Catalina is more with the API side, with the formula, setting up spreadsheet with all the
Got it.
data and the integration. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And Catalina, quick question for you. When you are building out the ROI summaries, like and bringing in the data from your custom CRM, what formulas do you typically use on your side to like mesh the data together?
Oh, okay. Our ROI report it has a lot of manual work. I mean, because of the formula. So, because we have like I don't know how to explain that. We have like a revenue per project, right? But there's one part with a specific formula that's the revenue of the portion of marketing. So we compare that portion with the expenses in marketing, for example.
Okay.
But the portion is just a formula we have. It's not like we don't have that separating in QuickBooks or the
Mhm.
software or
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Understood. Within our platform, we have something built in called name ranges, which we can show maybe later on. But ideally, if you want to sort of take the data from the P&L report and not have to use equals or plus or minus, we can use one of our name ranges, which will help in terms of keeping the model or the high level dashboard very dynamic at the end of the day. So just wanted to bring that up. I can send over more information about that here after our call, but. Maya, has there been an update? If not, I can easily just pull and get that going.
Yeah, I just spoke with the team. I'm good to set up a trial, so I just did. I connected it to the finance. Are we
Mm-hmm.
all set to go here? I think so. Just align on goals. It sounds like we want to pull a few P&Ls, maybe pull it into that Google sheet that you were sharing with us earlier, and seeing how we can use LiveFlow to power in the QuickBooks data in that piece, just so that we understand like proof and concept where we're meeting your needs. Am I kind of aligned there on what we want to accomplish?
Correct.
Awesome. Okay, so
Mm.
amazing. So who would like to be the first person to log in? Maybe
That,
whoever has admin access to QuickBooks. It might make the most
that's
sense.
me.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So if you
So
don't mind sharing your screen.
just 1 second. Let me close the mouse again because it
Yep. Oh,
starts to be like slow. Okay,
Totally
so
fair.
okay.
And I think I have everything enabled.
Mm, okay, so this is my screen. Let me move this to the other side.
Awesome. So what we're first gonna do is log in to your trialing account, connect your QuickBooks files, one or the three that you have right now, and then set up the Google Sheets add-in, and then we can start having fun. So if you don't mind going to liveflow.com first.
Live flow.
Mhm.
yeah.
Okay.
Amazing. And if we want to press the sign in button, awesome. And if we want to log in now, is the finance email that I was using, is that connected to the Intuit account?
Not
Or
mine.
is that is finance at Sunbright Google at Gmail?
Yes, I'm sorry, not the finance. I use my email.
Oh, gotcha. Let me
Got
add
it. Okay.
that as well
Let
really quickly. Do you mind writing it in the chat?
yes, let me find the chat. I lost the chat.
I lose the chat all the time.
Okay, chat. Here we go. There we go.
Awesome. And I am going to the space right now.
So which one I should choose, the login with Google or login with Intuit?
So we'll
Uh,
want to log in with Intuit, but I am just adding it right now to the
Okay.
account. Uh, I'm going to give you owner access. There might be a quick second delay. I'm just gonna go talk to our engineering team to make this go through fast. Okay, I made a quick request. All right, I'm just gonna go check in with that team. Give me 1 second. Apologies.
Okay.
And while we're waiting on that, out of curiosity, do you all ever have to or want to condense the P&L on your side? Like, let's say you have 6 different revenue accounts. At any given point, do you sort of want to roll those up into like sort of like a custom chart of account? Is that something that you all do on your side?
Mm, I'm sorry, repeat the question.
Yeah, so we typically see like maybe perhaps like your P&L could be pretty lengthy. We see like a lot of individuals where they have like maybe 200 line items on their P&L. They sort of want to condense that and like into like a summarized P&L. Is that something that you all typically do in spreadsheets, like via formulas or anything like that, or not so much?
No, I don't do that. I would
Okay.
just, what I do is I take the P&L, and you saw the first spreadsheet that I show you, the Google Sheet with the cash or the cash, that has just like a snapshot of the bank account, a snapshot of the most important sections of the
Yeah,
P&L and the commission. That's what I do. I just summarize to that.
got it. Okay.
All right, so we are all set. You are good to log in with Google on the email that you sent in the chat.
So I use Google. Okay. Da, 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 da.
Okay, but at sombreroofing.com, is it?
Yeah, I think you
Oh,
sent
no.
over the Sunbright Solar
Yes. No,
USA.
that's not the one. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, should I add a different email?
That's the other one. That's the third one. That's why I said that I have different emails. So I have two
Got it.
for under Yaritza. I have two entities, and under the roofing, that is also Yaritza. But on the roofing extension, that's the other entity. So,
I
but
see.
let's
We
let's
just
work
need one
first with
connected
this
to
one.
Google at
Yeah.
first.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
This
so
is the
only thing we
one.
really need is just to if you want to log into one, because it doesn't matter what login we use to connect the QuickBooks. This is just going to be simply to set up your LiveFlow account, if that makes sense. So you're going to have one main email that's going to be connected to LiveFlow, but it doesn't matter that you can use different QBO credentials to actually connect the QuickBooks to LiveFlow itself,
Okay. Now,
which we'll show you. It's going to be the step once we ever get you logged in here.
okay, continue.
It may ask you a few questions. Since this is your first time signing up and creating a LiveFlow account.
Okay, Daria. Where's my Facebook? Social media account, and then the button. Yeah.
I guess we don't have Facebook listed here. Maybe.
Mm. Let me use this. No,
Or
Google.
Google, I think you said you also like to us on Google.
Mhm. Can I punish a little bit of each?
Yeah, whichever feels most right.
Okay. How many Kubernetes files do you manage?
It's be 3 at this time, I believe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Nice.
Perfect.
All
So
right. So this is your landing page. Let's do two things right out of the gate. One, let's add Catalina to the workspace. We can do that under the settings screen. And then under that same screen, we'll also connect your three QBO files. So we'll go to team here first. And we'll add in Catalina's email and press add member.
Okay.
And is this commission's email connected to a Gmail account?
Catalina.
Yes, it is.
And with an S at
Awesome.
the end, commissions.
Uh-huh. Yep.
and then you can select job title. Then you also want to make sure she's at minimum an editor, so she can be able to pull reports based off the QuickBooks entities that you connected to the system.
Editor, right?
Yeah, so the editor will still give her all the same permissions that you have, except for she won't be able to disconnect or connect QuickBooks entities to LiveFlow.
Okay.
All right, so
Perfect.
Catalina, while we're connecting the QuickBooks files, if you want to log in through the same flow that we just did, going to liveflow.com, you can use that that Gmail login on the commission's email to gain access. And it'll ask you just the same questions at first.
Okay. Will do.
This is the other one. I can add the other one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Sunlight roofing. Blah, blah, blah. There we go.
See. And now let's step over into QuickBooks companies now that that's done.
Let me move
We maybe
that
keep
up.
it all just for now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna change the role because that finance is from another person.
got
Okay.
it.
Okay, now you mentioned that I go to QuickBooks companies
Correct. And
and
then
click.
you'll connect to QuickBooks. Correct.
Okay.
So I know
I
you mentioned
just
that you
looked.
have different. Yeah, go ahead, Catalina.
No, I was saying that I already logged in.
Great.
Oh, you did? Okay, perfect.
And all the questions are answered and whatnot.
No, they didn't appear.
They didn't
Oh,
appear
they
for you.
didn't
I
ask you.
think,
Oh,
yeah,
right, because she's the editor.
yeah, okay. So yeah, you probably got to
Right.
bypass that. Lucky you. And so this is where you're going to be able to actually log in with different Quick or QBO credentials. So the main thing was like LiveFlow, we want to use one email to set up your account. But then from here to actually connect the company, you can use whatever QBO credentials to be able to get access, and then simply connect this to LiveFlow.
What is
You can
it?
do no, you can do no
I think
thanks.
just press it might be press assign admin, but yeah,
Okay,
so I think that screen is saying that email account isn't like the official admin, but if we press assign admin, we should be able to set up LiveFlow.
Hmm. It can be an old assign admin. Yeah,
Perhaps.
yeah.
Also.
perfect.
And if we want to connect HVAC as well,
Ah, okay, yes.
we can go through the same flow.
Connect, right?
Perfect. Yes,
Yeah,
connect.
Okay, and I have another one, but it has another login.
Okay, that's fine.
Should be
If
all
you want
set to walk
to
through.
connect to QuickBooks, you can do try doing no thanks, or is there a button that says not you? You can also do not you. Yeah, Maya is correct there.
How many entities I can connect through here?
You can connect as many as you want to. That's what we typically price off of is going to be the number of entities that you have connected to LiveFlow, then also the modules that you want in your subscription. While we're on the topic of that, just to sort of give you like a ballpark range of what you'll be looking at, is our pricing starts off around roughly $1,000 per month. So you'll be looking at around 12,000 per year. That's going to cover all three entities though on LiveFlow.
Okay. Okay. Grouping. Uh, okay, this one. I'm as an accountant on the Sunbright roofing one. Okay.
Yeah, you should be all set there. We accept accounting views as well because we have a lot of accounting clients.
Okay.
Perfect.
Beautiful. Ta-da!
So,
That's so great.
so now, since your entities are connected to LiveFlow, you don't have to connect them over and over again. They're just now connected. Moving forward, you can always disconnect one down the road if you don't want to use it on LiveFlow anymore. The next step, though, is here in the chat. I just sent over a link. This is going to, and I need both of you to install LiveFlow. So this is going to take you to our Google Workspace Marketplace. You're going to install LiveFlow. You can do individual install. And then you should be able to log in one more time and then see all the entities that we just connected directly here.
Okay.
And Catalina, if helpful too, so we can guide you as well. You can both share your screen at the same time, so we can just
Right.
toggle through both.
Then you'll
Oh,
choose install.
okay.
Yep. And then we'll just choose continue.
Oh no, that was the finance one. It doesn't matter,
Oh,
right?
we can press cancel.
Everything's housed under
No, I
finance.
think,
Oh, I
I
see your
think,
points, so that's
yeah.
fine. Let's do this instead.
Yes, this is finance. Because all the reporting, everything happens under the Google Drive of finance email.
Okay, so
That's
great.
that's
Let's
fine.
connect it to
But
this.
yeah, it's fine because you invited both emails into your workspace. So at this point, it really doesn't matter which one you log in with. You can log in with finance, or you can also log in with your email with your name.
Okay.
Oh, so I
I'm
can enter. Go ahead, Kata.
no, I'm just saying that I'm installing it right now because
Yeah, if
it
you
won't
don't
let me share.
mind. Oh,
Okay, I
if
need
you
to.
press request to share, then Jacob can approve it. Is it showing
Um,
you an option to do that?
new. I just have like share screen and
Yeah, it'll
then
be
click.
Oh,
it'll be
share
share
screen.
screen. Yeah, that'll work, and I should be able to.
No, I mean I did click on that, but I just got a message saying that you cannot start sharing screen while another participant is sharing.
Oh, it's saying it won't let you share screen while another participant is sharing.
No.
So
Okay,
I can
let
share
me see.
individual
It's
windows.
I'm downloading. It's just um
Okay, give me a second. You should, okay, Catalina, you should be able to share now. I just gave you, I just changed the settings.
okay, yeah.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
All right.
I'm here.
Perfect.
So
Should
awesome.
I select everything?
Yeah, that's perfect. Amazing. And then once that is all set, if you guys could both open a new tab and type in the search bar docs.new and press enter.
Okay, I'm gonna do it from here. Um, but how do I know if it's installed?
Yes. We will know when we open up Google Sheets. So if we could open a Google Sheet, it can be a blank one. And we will step into the extensions tab. Okay, got it. So it doesn't seem like it registered, so let's press install one more time on your side, Catalina.
Yep.
And let's see here. Let's see here. It's okay. Google Sheet's still loading. So let's just make sure it's downloading. Then you should see LiveFlow. Okay, so let's try extensions one more time here. Yep, you'll go ahead and choose create report.
Amazing. All right, let's step back into spreadsheets on Catalina's screen, and we'll go to extensions.
And it's a great moment to test it because I prepare reports on Wednesdays.
Okay.
Oh,
So
great.
tomorrow my day is making sure everything's entered for the week that I will be analyzing and prepare the reports. So if I can pull this by tomorrow, we're talking business.
We're talking about
Awesome.
okay. Okay,
That's
got it.
great to hear.
And it's also is it Yarita, correct? Okay.
Yes.
It's making you do another submission form here is because you're using the finance this time, and the first one you signed up for was using yours. So once you go through this one more time for the finance, it's not going to ask you again. You're just using two. You're logged into both emails, so that's pretty much why.
Okay.
Catalina, if you don't mind refreshing this screen. I think I'm seeing the S. Is this a different Google Sheet account than the one we installed it to?
Yeah, but I already tried with that one. Should I need like my this?
Um, I Yeah, so it looks like we've been installing it to this specific Google Chrome space, but what we want to be doing is installing it to a separate one. So if you can temporarily just log out of the settings, it doesn't have to be the whole Chrome page. Um,
Do I
So
need
what
to
do
do
you
something on
um,
my end?
um, maybe Jacob, you
okay.
guys can build a P&L, but maybe like, yeah, log into this first
Yeah.
and then press
No.
install. Beautiful.
So
I
you're
think we
seeing
were
all the three
installing it to a
entities
different
there,
workspace.
and then you can choose your accounting method and how you want to look
Oh,
at
we
this. If
do
you
it
want
from
this,
cash. Mm-hmm.
okay,
Okay.
cash, perfect. And then you can choose if you want to do the trailing 2 weeks, 1 week. Um,
We go from
Just give it
Monday
one
to
second to load.
Sundays.
go to Monday to Sunday, correct?
Yes.
Thank you, Maya.
Of course. And why don't we also
Then
create a report on your side? So if we open up
we can
extensions
use
and we
this
press
one.
LiveFlow,
This one?
Yes. I know
create
you're running
report.
Monday through Sunday.
Beautiful.
Yep.
So is your budget stored in QuickBooks, by the way?
No, not yet.
Okay, it's not
That's
yet.
why
Okay.
I uncheck it. Uh-huh.
And then let's
Maybe
display
it's
that
not.
by week. We can do the last 2 weeks. Yeah, then let's display by week.
Okay, so for example, in
Perfect.
order to use these add budget and variance columns, we need to have like everything previously set up in QuickBooks, right? The budget part.
No. So what's cool
Yeah.
about this is we can actually click it and we can look at it together if you want to press that button. And we'll say,
Me?
I'll enter my own source, or you can pull from one that was previously stored, but let's leave it as I'll enter my own for now.
And try
And
creating the report
I would
if you
scroll down to
can.
create report, Catalina.
There we go.
This is kind of fun. We've got two things going on at once.
I know. So these are your numbers from the trailing 2 weeks.
Something, let me ask you something that for example, this report, I know I can pull from QuickBooks and I can ask
Right.
QuickBooks to do the comparison with the variances and percentage and amount and percentage. I'm sorry. Can I ask that from this or I have to do it manually, that part?
Yeah, great question. So we wouldn't be able to automatically put in like we can if we were running like a budget versus actuals, we'll automatically calculate the variance for you. But when it comes to something like this where you can easily put in like within QuickBooks, we wouldn't be able to do it here. So what we do is we can actually now create a dynamic template off of this. Do you remember the monthly year to date template I shared with you? Um, we will be able to create a template much like that where the P&L is going to be our foundation, but we want to make it dynamic. So we're going to take this data and aggregate it and then create a dashboard off of it that's going to be able to dynamically change as things go on. But in the meantime, what you can do is you can easily just between column, let's say D and E, you can add a column, and then you can do a variance directly there. So whenever the trailing 2 weeks updates, it's also going to update the formula for you too as well.
Okay. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that will be data range dynamic. What this does.
So the dynamic one, let's say you want to run a report that says this year to date. Dynamically, meaning that as time moves on, we're automatically going to populate the data when we flip over a day in and day out or a week over a week. Pretty much up to you. So if you did, let's say, this year to last month, and we flip over from January to February, we'll automatically populate the January column for you, if that makes sense. So it's going to be dynamically changing as time goes on.
Okay. And this is pretty okay. Can I merge?
Sorry, can you show me again how to like have a preview on the Excel numbers? Or is
Yeah,
it
should we
just
do drill down together? So if we all want to look at Catalina's screen, I can walk you both through it together. So
Okay.
right now, under drill down, any number that is in blue, we can drill down into because those are actuals, right? So the way that we do that is we will go to the hamburger menu up here and press drill down. And from there, you can use your keyboard navigation. Let's click it just one more time. So if we want to, if you don't mind, just pressing X and this, and then we'll reopen LiveFlow and do that again. So if we go to extensions, and you see how it says drill down, or that's fine too. You can go to manage reports. And then we'll open the hamburger menu. Awesome. Dictation. Add-ons work more reliably when you're signed into only one account. Are we signed into multiple Google Sheets accounts right now?
Not me.
Let's do it on your side. If you don't mind pressing, I just want to make sure everything's set with the account and I enabled it correctly. So if we want to go to hamburger menu here and open up drill down. Awesome. Okay, so I think it might be being logged into two separate Google Chrome spaces, Catalina. So, okay, great. So if we want to press this little condense arrow button in the top right corner here, and if you use your keyboard to navigate down to that 15,000 number.
To the
Me?
Yes.
Mhm.
And then let's open up with the big arrows. You can see all the transactions here.
This is awesome.
The other thing to note is if you press this invoice button, it will take you to that invoice in QuickBooks. So let's say you're looking at something and something seems off. You can come in and log in. Oh, we might be logged into a different Intuit account right now.
Oh, this is from finance, and my Intuit is related to Yaritza.
Got it.
Got it.
But
So
that's
if you're
okay.
logged into this account, it will open.
Okay, that's okay.
Yeah.
But it's
And
interesting
then
because they will be associated, at least one of the exec that she always looking to the details, she will be able to click and will take her to QuickBooks. And she can see also. That's good. That's okay if I'm not able to do it from here, but if she has the access, that's awesome.
yeah. And if you don't want them, I think a lot of people use it too, like if you don't want someone to go into QuickBooks. So it's like you want them to see it but not be able to edit it, then they don't have a QuickBooks user seat, but they do have a LiveFlow seat so that they can see it but not edit it.
Okay. Jacob, I know that you told me to choose this Saturday to Sunday. Is there any way that I can check because this will mess my numbers?
Okay.
I go from, can I
Yeah, go
change the
ahead.
dates and the data will change or no?
What you can also do is in the wait, let me actually, yeah. What you can also do is within
Sunday to
the
Sunday.
trailing window. Yeah, because she needs Monday through Sunday. What we can also do is I'm trying to think of the best approach to get Monday through Sunday. Okay. We can also do fixed dates too at any given point.
So it would be creating two LiveFlow reports for Monday to Sunday, and then we can marry them on a dashboard, Jacob. What do you think of that approach?
Do you want to try the 12th through the 12th through the 24th? Is that like the if we go for January? Yeah. So we can do 12th through the 24th, correct?
No, this will be 12 to the
The
18th.
18th.
So the
So
Monday
great.
through Monday through Sunday.
so do we want to do then since we want to break it down by week, do we want to do the 12th through the 25th?
Ah, that's right. to 25th. That's
Okay.
right.
Now let's scroll down. Let's just do update report. That we're creating a new report. Do you want to just simply update this one that we already have set here? So what
Yes.
you can do actually is head into manage reports. Instead of creating an entirely new report, go ahead, Maya.
No, I think though we're still going to recognize week not by Monday to Sunday. We're going to do our own recognition of it. So I think it's okay. We can do this route and then we can do the next one.
Okay.
So we'll have to set the fixed range in here first.
And you'll just click on the P&L. Yep. And then we'll change this to fixed. And then we'll do the 12th to the 25th. Got it. Now let's scroll down and then we can click on the update report button.
Okay. What is this over here?
So we're recognizing weeks, I think, a little differently, meaning we're starting the week on the Sunday. So I think that's why January 25th is sitting separately.
No, January 12th is a Monday.
January 12th is a Monday.
The 25th is a
And
Sunday.
it's going to
Mhm.
17th. Yeah, so this specific report that we pulled is running Sunday to Monday. So am I saying that right? Yes, Sunday to Monday.
Mhm.
So that's why January 25th is essentially a third week in the report.
Is there any way that we can manage it to show from Monday to Sunday?
So I think on this call, I can get you there doing one thing. So if we go to create reports, and this will be good because I'll talk you through what I'm thinking here and then we can build it together. And I think it'll also teach you how to do other things at the same time. So what we'll do is we'll create 2 reports for different fixed weeks based on your Monday to Sunday breakdown. And
Mhm.
then we will create a third tab in this Google Sheet and marry the 2 together. So it's like 2 LiveFlow reports that are running into a third sheet in this Google Sheet.
Okay. So you tell me.
Yeah, so I'm getting a little feedback, but I think it's gone now. Okay, let's create one fixed date range that's running from the 12th to the 18th. Awesome. And we will scroll down and write total instead of display columns by month. We'll do display columns by total. Awesome. And then we'll press create report. Amazing. And then let's do the same create report, but choose the next date range.
So you can stay right there where you were just at. So you want to exit. Oh, yeah. You will just adjust the date range. And we'll do the 19th through the 25th. And then we'll just create that report. I think the settings should be the same still. Yep, we're good to go.
Awesome.
Okay.
So then let's just rename these sheets. We can delete that one, that first one that we made together. And then for the one that's named profit and loss 1, let's rename it to week 1. And then for the second one, let's do week 2. Okay, amazing. And then on this next sheet one, we'll call this the week over week comparison dashboard. Great. All right. Awesome. So I'm excited. We're going to walk through my favorite feature in LiveFlow, which is our named ranges, which I think is what makes us one of the most dynamic tools out there. So field right here where it says B8. I'm just going to give you a formula and then I'll explain it afterwards. Let's type in equals array formula. Awesome. And then open parentheses.
Sorry?
Open parentheses. And then type in the word, oh, I forgot to tell you to press refresh, my bad. Pause right there for a second. Let's go into manage reports and press refresh all.
Okay.
Awesome. And we'll go back to our array formula and we're going to type in the word week 1. Great. And we can pause right there. So what you're seeing are 6 named ranges that are referencing different pieces of the P&L. Catalina, I think the work that you're using, this will become super powerful for. But what we'll want to do is double click on row labels right here. And press, great. Awesome.
And press what?
So you did it. It's great.
Okay.
So what just happened is we just brought in all of your chart of accounts from your P&L onto one view here.
Okay.
Great. So then the next thing we're going to do is, if you don't mind writing the word total for me in C7 and CD7. Should be good there. Awesome. And if we just want to make this space bigger, if we could make this column a little bigger. Or B. Great. All right. So we're just going to do one formula here, and then I'll explain how it works for both week 1 and week 2. So have you guys done an index match formula before? Or
Not me.
actually, I guess we could just populate contents. Do you mind opening week 1 really quick? Let me just see what the row looks like. Okay, great. Okay, so let's go back and we'll use that same equals array formula at first. We can, of course, make this more dynamic once we're doing like official onboarding, but just to get you guys started, let's type in the word week 1 contents. And we'll double click on contents. Awesome. So now this is populating all the values for that first week. We can
What
copy
happened
this
here?
down into column D. Oh,
Did I
I
do
think we
something
might
wrong?
have actually pasted a value. All good. So yeah, so it's spilling the entire date range, the entire range. So the only thing that actually has content in it is that C8 formula.
Okay.
Cool.
Now I do the same thing here.
So, and then we can do the same formula and reference week 2 with,
Content, right?
yes,
Okay.
all good. So no problem there. We're just gonna do one quick thing here in week 1. We're gonna scroll down. And if you go into advanced, I believe is where it is. Let's exclude total column. And also if we go to format, which is above, Let me scroll down. We're going to press exclude spare column. And then we can press update. Awesome. And then if we could delete this value that was written in here.
Here?
Yep. So if you just press delete on your keyboard. Great.
Okay.
Awesome. So I know that was a lot of just step by step. I can explain what we did full picture here, but maybe it's starting to make sense. What we've done is we've created 2 LiveFlow reports that are referencing the 2 date ranges that matter to you. And we're marrying them onto a week over week comparison dashboard. The way that we're doing this dynamically is we're using named ranges that reference different sections of the P&L that matter to us so that you can place them right next to each other.
Mm.
There are some things, so we did it in a quick way where we used the array formula feature just to show you what we can do. But the way you would want it to line up perfectly is to make sure they're including all accounts. They have the same amount of same accounts, essentially shared between the 2 weeks. But the other way to do it is to use an index match formula and named ranges in it, which we can also go over if that's helpful.
Instead of the array formula, to use the index formula?
Yes.
Okay, let's try that one. Do I delete the formula from here?
What we could do really quickly is if you want to, we can make a copy of this Google Sheet just so you have one that has the array. So if you want to actually make a copy of the entire Google Sheet, well, let me use my freaking arrow. Do you see the file button at the very top? So you can, yeah, you can delete that copy of, yeah, you can delete that tab entirely. And on the top left, let's just go ahead and click File and make a copy. So you can have one that has array, so you can see the differences between index match and array formula.
So this is index. There.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. So, and yeah, so in column C8, what we're going to write, and Maya, feel free to check me on this. We will start with whenever it wants to load here. I think it's loaded. Yeah. So in this column, we can do equals, and then we can do if and a. So if and a. It should be if and a.
Okay.
Perfect. And then you're going to do open parentheses. And then we're going to do type the word index. And then we're going to do open parentheses again. And then we're going to search for week 1. So if you just want to type in week, perfect. Then we're going to search for the content. And then we're going to do comma. And then we're going to type the word match. And then we're going to open parentheses. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on the income. So B8. So if you want to click on B8, so the income chart of account. Perfect. And then do comma. And then we're going to type in week 1. So just type in week. And then this time we're going to do week 1 row labels. Do you see it's like the second from the bottom? Yeah. And then we're going to do comma 0. And then we're going to do close parentheses. And then a comma. And then we're going to do match again. So you'll type in match. Perfect. And then we're going to do open parentheses. And then this time we're going to click on the total. The total is a C7.
C7
Yes, C7.
here.
Yes. And then we're going to do a comma. And then we're going to type week again. So week. Then we're going to find week 1 column label. So if you want to type 1, 2 as well. So yeah, then you'll see week 1 column labels. Yes. And then comma 0. And then we're going to close parentheses one more time. And then anything else to add here to make sure it just doesn't break?
Let's press enter and then I'll add in a few more things, but it looks great, Jacob. Awesome, that's great. So it didn't show anything and it was supposed to not. So let's go back into it again. And we're just gonna add a few more things to make it a robust formula. So in front of the B8, we are gonna put a $sign.
Here?
So where it's, yes.
To make it
Great.
absolute.
And then, yeah, to make it absolute, exactly. And then for the C7, we're going to put a $sign before the 7.
Okay.
Not the C, just the 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bingo. Nice. All right, we can press enter. And then we can copy that all the way down this column C.
The formula?
Yep, just copy it all the way down. You're good to go.
This is the fun part. Beautiful. Hooray. All right. And then let's do the same, but instead of week 1, we'll do week 2. So we can actually use our same formula. We'll just replace where we wrote week 1 and just call it week 2.
Yeah.
And okay.
You've got it. And then also do it at the beginning here where it says contents.
Perfect.
Week 2.
And then
copying.
You got it. Beautiful.
So pretty much moving forward, anytime that you update the date range, either for week 1 or week 2, it's going to automatically update these two here as well. It's going to update this tab too as well.
Okay,
So what you can now do, yeah.
I can format it.
Yeah.
I'm really, I'm OCD, so I can
make it really
reformat
pretty.
And then I just need to, once I update week 1 and week 2, this will refresh automatically.
Yep, we can try it right now if you want to as well. If you want to test it out, we can easily do one of them.
To make it super pretty, before we do that, I have one more thing I would love to do.
Yeah.
In C6,
Yeah.
if you could write equals. Okay,
Great
we're on the
idea,
same
Maya.
page, Jacob?
Yeah,
okay, great.
great idea.
So we'll do equals, and then let's go to week 1. The week 1 tab, sorry, that's on me.
Okay.
And then up here, we have the date range that we're setting for it. Let's just double click on that cell and press enter.
Oh, we're copying, yes.
Yes, and then you could actually just, okay, sweet.
Okay.
Awesome. So now you can change the weeks for week 1 and week 2 within LiveFlow. So if we go to extensions here.
Oh, wait.
And we can,
Where?
yeah, so if we go to extensions, and we go to Manage Reports. And let's say you wanted to actually look at the first week of January compared to January 12th. We can change week 1 to be the first week. So we'll press Keep Current Selections.
Also, while we're at this, cool thing about this is that if you want to use the same exact template but for a different entity, we can easily just swap the underlying entity without actually having to redo the entire process. It'll take you less than 5 seconds to do.
So if we go into week 1 here,
Oh, I don't have to go to the spreadsheet of the weeks. I can do it from here.
exactly.
Yeah,
So we can press, let's do the week before the Jan 12th week, so that 5 to 11. My arrow's in the way, sorry. Beautiful. And we'll press Update here. And then we'll go and do the same thing for week 2, but we'll make it, there we are.
The following week.
Exactly.
Okie dokie, this works. I just need to add the variance formulas here, and that's
right.
it. It will stay steady. Whatever I update with, the system will do its work.
Yes.
You got it.
Yes, absolutely. So you can format it however you want to, make it beautiful. And then, of course, Catalina, on the topic of integrating your custom CRM data, since it's coming in automatically into like a different tab, you can mesh that somewhere along with the other KPIs in the dashboard in a tab that you all currently share with us. So for the most part, our biggest goal is that hey, if your CRM data are already being automated into the Google Sheet and we're automating the QBO data, then we'll be able to just simply automate the entire thing, which will be really nice.
Question. Since we build this, the drill down here will not work, correct?
All right, here we go. So let's open up drill down.
I'm sorry? Where do
If
I
we
go?
go to the hamburger menu, oh, my name is covering it, and we'll press drill down. And let's just close the screen for a moment so we can see the dashboard. Oh, not the X. It'll just give it 1 second to load. This one. It's kind of funny. They're a little similar. Great. And let's use our keyboard to just click into one of these cells with values. Awesome. And we'll open up drill down.
I just click enter or I double click on the mouse. Oh.
That's good here. Yeah, it takes, and you're all
Okay, so I
set.
have to activate the drill down.
So the only thing
Little
you have to
feature.
do, yeah, and I can explain just the code behind it. So the drill down is being recognized by the URL that's attached to the value. So when we
Okay.
use index match and we bring over that value, we're also bringing over the URL. So
Okay.
that way you can set up like a beautiful dashboard as you like here. And then so long as that URL is still active, you can drill down into that number on the dashboard view.
Okay, got it. Got it. Yeah. Okay. So we will have this until tomorrow afternoon, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Because tomorrow morning is the day to prepare everything. So I'm gonna play with it. I'm gonna prepare the reports and just show it in action for my boss and share
Yeah.
feedback on Thursday.
Got it.
So and we can go from there. So the only thing here right now, Catalina, do you have any comments, any observation, anything else that the system is not doing that we wish for it to do from your standpoint?
No, but I do have like fine I couldn't understand the error message that I got.
Sorry,
The error
you are
message.
cutting out a little bit for us.
Okay, the error message you mentioned. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. And that's something that we'll be able to take care of. It happens time to time. It's just simply from being logged into two different Gmails at the time of sign up, and we'll be able to help get that fixed. My question for you, Catalina, when would you be able to also get in the platform and play around? Because you can still do everything else. It's just the Jodown is not working because that error message, which we can get fixed here pretty soon.
Yes, I can also be playing a bit with the platform and the reports.
Okay. Do you all want to schedule time on Thursday? I know you all have it till tomorrow afternoon, or tomorrow this time, but would you all be open to scheduling some time on Thursday to, because one thing I want to mention is that there's other aspects of the platform that we did not cover, which I think will probably be beneficial, but I also want to be able to use that time to sort of check in, and see how the overall trial went. So do you all have time on Thursday? And what I can do is I can just check in with you all via email tomorrow to see how things are going. And if you have any questions, my calendar's pretty clear tomorrow, and we can also hop on a call there too as well.
Okay, so Catalina will be out of the office tomorrow.
Right.
She'll be on Thursday. Catalina, would you be able to play with it before Thursday?
Uh, I think so. I can take a time today.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because
tomorrow.
she's back in the office on Thursday, full day tomorrow. She won't be in the office.
Okay. Let's do this then. Would you all be open to meeting again on Thursday at 4 p.m.? And what we can do from here is that, Catalina, since you will be out of office tomorrow, we will have the trial run until Thursday at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock once we meet. So she can have Thursday at least morning and afternoon to play around with it, because I think it would be paramount for you to also play in the tool. And I'm not sure if only a couple hours will give you the satisfaction that you need to try to recreate with your custom CRM coming through too as well.
That'll be awesome.
That would be awesome. Yes.
Okay, so I'll double check with my team that we can extend the trial, but I'm pretty sure that we can do so. I'll just follow up with you in an email just to double confirm there. But does 4 o'clock on Thursday work for us, or work for you all, just to touch base and see how everything went, and just go from there, of course?
For
Okay,
me.
got it.
Yes,
And then
for me it works, Catalina.
okay,
Yes,
perfect.
me too.
Last question around just the pricing front. I know what data rails quoted you. Like I mentioned, our pricing starts off around $1,000 per month. So you'll be looking at, for your three entities, 12,000 for the entire year, depending on the modules that you want. So the only module that you have right now is going to be the Excel and Google Sheet. Seems like it's a very neat on your side. We do have other modules that we did not cover in the call, which is our consolidation. Whether you need that or not, we can easily walk through that. And then also our Finance IQ, which is our budgeting tool. Finance IQ can always be added on down the road whenever you do want to start that budgeting process. But figured on Thursday's call, we can also briefly walk through those two different modules too as well.
Okay, so on Thursday we'll then walk into feedback and pricing.
Yeah. Yeah. Thursday. I'll come with a custom quote, just depending on exactly, what we covered here today. But then we'll also walk through some other aspects of the platform, just so you all are aware of them. If it may be a media add to you today. And then we'll just overall get your feedback on the trial, how that went, and see if there's any other questions that we can answer.
Perfect. It works for
Last
me. It works.
thing, oh,
Mm-hmm.
sorry.
No,
Please
you're
go
good. You're
ahead and
good.
then I'll say.
You're good.
Okay. Last thing I just want to call out, as you're building your reports tomorrow and whatnot, and maybe you're using index match and getting into named ranges again, I just want to call out a few different ways that you can just like get help. Because I think, as you're learning a new platform, it's always important to know those resources. So if you don't mind opening up just Google Docs again.
Oh, the Google Docs.
Yeah, or any Google Doc is fine. I'm just going to call out where the help chats are. Oh, I totally did say Google Docs. That's my bad. I totally meant Google Sheets. That's on,
That's okay.
that's on me. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
So, and if we open up the extension and you can press create report, any button will do.
Oh my God.
I know our computers are definitely tired of Zoom. Mine is getting a little tired as well. Let's see.
I think
All right,
mine
there
is
we go.
frozen. Go ahead.
So, okay, great. So you'll see this button down here that says need help. So when you press that button, you're reaching out to a team of people that I sit with all day long. We're based in New York, and our job is just to answer your questions about the platform, how you can use it effectively, and whatnot. So you can always like record your screen and send us what you're working on. Um, the AI
Mm.
feature is fitted with like formula help. So if you're like, what's wrong with my index match formula? You can copy and paste that in here. Another tip and trick that I love is I use ChatGPT pretty much all day for my Excel formulas. So as you're building those two and you're like, like I don't know where I'm missing a comma and whatnot, I would just throw those in there as well, just to, keep you chugging along.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all I got.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Maya, and thank you, Jacob. You have been really
Yeah,
helpful.
absolutely. Of course.
Yeah,
I
I
just
hope we're
sent over the
solving your
invite.
immediate reporting problems.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And the one thing I do want to call out before I do let you all go here is that I know you mentioned that, hey, we're moving from like maybe weekly to monthly. This still allows you to offer the weekly reporting or weekly visibility that you want to without feeling like there's a burden of pulling all the data together. So you have different options. You have your monthly cadence. You also can do your weekly breakdown, pretty much up to you. So just want to sort of call it out there. Lastly, I sent over a calendar invite for Thursday. If you don't mind adding Catalina into that invite, that would be amazing. We're just sending her the Zoom link, and then we'll be able to reconnect then. But going off what Maya said, if you need help, feel free to reach out directly to us or through our support channel. We'll be able to respond to your questions and help you out and make sure that your trial is successful, if anything.
Perfect. Thank you very much. You have been
Yeah,
Thank you,
really
guys.
great. We appreciate
yeah,
it a lot.
yeah,
Of
absolutely. Well, if you have any
course,
questions, yep, feel free to reach out.
Okay,
excited for
thank
a
you.
partnership. All right,
Yeah.
Yeah,
take care.
Okay.
take
Okay,
Thank
care.
you
bye
All right,
both.
now.
bye.
See you
Bye.
Thursday.